Hey guys, how you all doing? My name's JT and this is the first video on JT Brick Finds. Now, this wasn't going to be the first video on JT Brick Finds. I was going to launch the channel with a bit of an overview of the data analysis that I carry out to show you guys why I make the decisions that I make. But firstly, that's going to take a little bit of time to get ready. I've got quite a lot of data to enter in there, and also perhaps a little bit boring. And I thought, you know what? Why not get the channel launched by sharing what I believe is a hidden gem with you all. So, firstly, this isn't financial advice. This is just my personal opinion on a Lego set that I believe will do well for investment purposes. And that being said, let's get into it and let me tell you why I think this will do well. So, firstly, this set is due to retire at the end of the year. As you can see, it's already sold out at lego.com. Retail price $89.99. Which does it that sweet spot below £100, which I believe does mitigate your risk quite substantially. I was able to pick this up for quite a heavy discount, around £52–53 if I remember correctly. So we've got quite a jump from what I paid for it up to retail. Although we do have to be aware of, if we're selling on Amazon or eBay, a substantial amount of that jump would be taken up with fees. That being said, my first thought on when I'm making a purchase is, am I likely to lose money on this? I would say buying this at a discount at around the £50 mark compared to a retail of £90, providing that it's kept in the box, kept in excellent condition. I think it's highly unlikely that this would lose money. So it's a set that I haven't seen investment circles mentioned at all, I don't think. And it's really strange to me because it's a set with, I believe, around possibly just over 1,000 pieces. It's from the Ninjago range, which you could argue it's a license, although it's a Lego-owned license. But historically, Ninjago has done very well. It seems to be going from strength to strength. They're releasing the Legacy lines at the moment. Doesn't seem to be any stopping of it in the near future, as far as I'm aware. Also, interestingly, this is the largest of the School Sorcerers wave, and the sets combined do make up a large, I have to say, rather complicated role-playing game. I can see a lot of kids out there having been able to purchase the smaller parts, the smaller items that will be growing up over the next few years, have access to more funds and will potentially want to complete the game with this. The larger item that maybe was beyond their affordability at this point in time. It's a great set in itself, beyond the game concept. Excellent reviews. There's some really good mechanics in it that I believe people will explore, pay attention to for future mocks, and a lot of movement. So basically this twists. We have a bar that twists along here, and that will lower and raise this cage here. So there's a really long technique movement here, and also it makes certain plates here move up and down. So quite an involved contraption. Beyond that, the minifigure selection for the price point, especially at a discounted price point of around £50, is absolutely fantastic. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right if I missed one? Yeah. 8 minifigures, 9 if you do count the... No, 8 minifigures. I'm just checking if you got a white skeleton with this. I don't believe you do. I do actually own 2 of these sets, one for my personal use, one for investment. So 8 minifigures by themselves, 2 unique figures, I believe. If you just check on Brick Economy, which is a resource I'd recommend everybody does utilise. Seems like a very honest, very straightforward resource. So we can see, yeah, we've got Princess Vanya as a unique figure to this set, and Hero Zane. And I doubt that in this form they're going to be replicated outside of this wave, which is now due to be retired. And then if we scroll down, yeah, 1,171 pieces, fantastic. I would always suggest, sets with 1,000+ piece count. My belief is that they will do very well for investment purposes. If we keep going down and we look at the reviews, 24 reviews, 5-star average. yeah, really good. Also, the 24 reviews, now that gives me an indicator that, you know, this set hasn't been overly popular in its lifetime. Popular enough, but not so much that I think that it's going to be massively hoarded by investors. And as I say, it's not something that I've heard talked about in investment circles. So when we look at the current purchasing trends for this set, so if we look at Camel, which is a resource that shows us what's happened with this set throughout its lifetime on Amazon, third party and Amazon direct sales, we can see that December 19, January 20, there was a spike in the set. There has been demand for this set, rising right up to £150. Now, I can only imagine there was now a stock issue potentially from Lego at this point. But again, if people were willing to pay up to this point previously, there's absolutely no reason they won't be willing to pay up to this point in the future, especially with a set like this that is highly, highly unlikely that is going to be replicated in the near future, or maybe in a legacy release in the future. But, you know, before it gets to legacy, it's going to have to be available for a couple, 2, 3, 4 years, I would say. So enough time for it to appreciate in value. And then also, if we have a look at the data that I put together and I used to make my purchasing decisions from eBay, so September sales data, so the orange line is what I was able to buy it for, maybe a little bit more expensive than I first thought, maybe just below 60 on average. But as you can see, these blue lines represent purchases and what it was purchased for. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purchases, and the highest purchase price being around £85 on eBay. This is eBay UK. And again, it says to me, yes, the set's selling, it is ticking along, but there's not a massive amount of hoarding going in from an investment purpose. Now, bearing in mind, the data that I've got is from when the set was still available, before the set had retired. So going forwards, I would expect this price, this to happen again upon retirement fairly quickly. The next 1 to 2 years, maybe 150, 200%. Return on investment, maybe 150, 200% return on investment. So 90, 180, yeah, £250-ish maybe. And to me, yeah, and something that I very much doubt that there's going to be any money lost on. So yeah, strongly encourage you to have a look at this set, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, leave me any comments, and you know, let's try and get this channel to grow. Thanks a lot.